Well, this is one of those YouTube. Hello guys, it's been a while. Where have you been? Where have I been? Oh, life. Horrible things have been going on in my life at the moment, and yeah, I need to take a break from it. We all have to go through these things in life. I lost my brother probably in December really. He was in a coma for 3 weeks. Anyway, he was in intensive care and bloody sepsis got him in the end. So yeah, that was all through Christmas and New Year's, but hey, this is life and we're dealing with it as a family. But yeah, it's been a while. So we're back in the yard after many months since my last video. As the thumbnail suggests, the oddball Vauxhall Tigra. We're trying to get back into it now, so excuse me if I'm a bit rusty, but we'll do our best. So this was given to me by a good friend of mine who's worked with me for many years, and sadly, another thing, he's been diagnosed with dementia, so he hasn't driven this car very much over the past couple of years really. Once he got his diagnosis, that was it, you know. License was handed back and it's done. And he said, look, take it off me, Paul, you know, do something with it. So we don't know what we're going to do with this oddball yet, but if you Google the Vauxhall Tigra on YouTube, you'll find lots of videos about broken roofs and broken boots, how they don't work, because this has got a metal folding roof, and this is no exception. This one doesn't work. So let's see what we're into at the moment. We're into 90 quid. We've got it transported from Teddington. Put a thumbnail up somewhere, little picture in there. From Teddington to Walton-on-Thames, 6 miles. We're 90 quid down already. And because it hasn't been used, the battery had gone dead. And I jumped it the other day, but it's flat as a witch's, you know what, it's had it. So we've gone and bought another battery. There's a reason for that. One, yeah, I could charge this, but if you go on a long run, you know, if we do take it on, because this is so far away from being scrapped because of that roof, it's what I do with it now, you know. We have to see. There's been a lot of changes around here. There's a lot of catching up to do, but we'll get to that in another video. So there is a thing, it's a tiny chance, and I mean tiny chance, that the battery was suffering, and what it does, it saves itself for the rest of the car's output and doesn't let you use the metal folding roof or the boot, which is nuts. So this car is a 2-seater, no access to the boot and no folding roof, which you could, you know, for what the value of this car now is, it's like 19 years old. You go, you know what, I just use it as a normal car, but I need to use the boot. Now, with a new battery, brand new, fully charged up one, that roof might work. It's a slim chance, but I've seen a few videos and someone said they put a new battery on and it worked. So that sort of makes sense, but it could be a multitude of things. It could be a £5 repair, or it could be like a £1,000 repair. So we don't know what we're doing with this yet. Anyway, we're going to change the battery now, so the alarms are all going to go off and all sorts probably once I disconnect it and put the new one on, but we've got the keys at the ready, and let's get stuck in and just see how we get on, guys. You come on the journey with me. This may be a short journey, or we might end up, you know, it might be a long journey. It is an oddball car, massively over-engineered, but we'll do a walk around in a moment. So yeah, as I was saying, massively over-engineered. If we get to the stage where we can open this roof, you'll see the engineering. They couldn't have made any money on this car. I'm going to flash up a few figures. I'm going to do some research on how many Mark II Vauxhall Tigras were made. It's not a bad looking car, it's just an oddball car, because for the price segment of this car, that roof mechanism must have cost them fortunes to develop. It's what you sort of normally see on Mercedes and stuff, isn't it? You know, I'll probably put a little picture up of that as well. You know, they're 40-50 grand cars, and you know, the budget's there for them. But for this segment, I'm surprised they put it on the Astra as well, I believe. I'm sure they put it on the Astra as well. But my God, it's so complicated. You've got to move panels in here to make the roof work, and you've got to latch things in, and you've got to stand there in the pouring rain and press this button here for ages for that to open. It's all a bit weird. It ain't a bad looking car. Obviously underneath here I think it's all a Vauxhall Corsa, you know, when you see the dashboard inside in a minute, which I can't open at the moment, but we will do. Can't open the doors at the moment because the battery's all off, but we'll sort that out in a minute. I mean, it's not in bad condition. There's 2 dents in this car that I put in, and they're just, where are they? They're just there and there. And that's because this roof failed about 2 years ago, and my mate Mike was like, oh well, we're going to get it into your yard, I can't leave the roof open all night. And so we got it here, and I managed to close it manually. It took me bloody about 2 hours to close it. I had to lift a bit, fold a bit, lift a bit and all that. So I put those 2 dents in. I was losing patience with the bloody thing. But you know what, this is, I'll flash up how much I reckon that's worth of scrap as it is. It's got a fantastic engine. It's only done 60 odd thousand miles. It's got a fantastic engine, but if you can't get in the boot, and you know, you want to, as I say, the folding roof isn't a deal breaker for me, but you've got to be able to get into there, haven't you? You know, that's just a pain in the butt if you can't get in there. But it's a lovely colour. We'll work out the colour. Just spotted another little dent there. It's like a parking dent there. But generally, this car is, you know, we're going to do a proper video of the clean up, haven't we? We all know you like the old valeting porn, don't you? You lot, you know, you sort of sit there watching it while you're cooking your dinner, watching a bit of valeting. As I say, we've got a bit of green stuff going on everywhere, you know. But anyway, let's dive in. Just going to flip you around. We're going to dive in. We're going to give it a chance by putting the new battery on, and I'll film me doing that. Well, it's not overly interesting, is it? But we're going to have the bells going off and all the lights going off and the immobiliser kicking in, and then we're going to try this roof and see if it works. I don't think it will, but maybe we'll get lucky today. All right, we could do with some luck, couldn't we? All right, let's dive straight in. So yeah, I did put it on a charge yesterday for 2 or 3 hours. It needed longer. Went back to it a couple of hours later, and the central locking wouldn't even work. So the battery in the area has had it. It's been, you know, it's not done enough miles. So here we're going to go manual, see if it starts beeping and buzzing. We'll see. And when I do put the new battery on, it's going to definitely kick off. Right, let's do it. So far, so good. There's a secondary battery for the mobile. Right. So I think we'll agree that battery looks like it has done its 5 years. I think it's got a 5-year guarantee on it down there somewhere. And as I say, it's not done many miles over the past 5 years. So this is going to come
lovely,
out.
thank you.
And we're going to put
Cheers, thanks.
this one here in, which you probably saw in a little video in a minute. I'm going to put this new one in, high power. We've got all the spanners ready. The receipts are building up already. So was it? We're £170 in at the moment, and I'm confident because Mike was a mechanic. The car's been looked after, so we've got everything ready here. All the oil's clean. It's kept all the fluids topped up, okay. And I've got a good feeling that once we get this out and put the new one in, we'll be away. But will the roof work? With all the cars I've had over the years, I think I've sold cars with bits of socket sets in them. I've had to try and get something. I've got these 2 here that don't fit this on here, and there must be extensions underneath footwells and in the boots of cars. But anyway, we'll make it work with this to release the holder for the battery. Here we go. This is a weird arrangement. So we've got the locking thing out down there that holds the battery on, and then that don't fit through there, does it? So I think I'm going to have to go in there. Where are we? And release that, and hopefully lift that up and get the battery out. What a strange thing to do. Brute force and ignorance. So that was released there. And I'd managed to manipulate that up a bit, but I think we'd be mad not to get those leaves out now, wouldn't we? So it's Henry Hoover time. Well, that's a bit better, but trust me, if we keep this car, that'll all be cleaned out properly, all in there and everywhere. This is just to get it up and running today. So yeah, we've got to try and get this plastic scuttle thing back up now and force the battery back in. So there we go. Well, it comes as no surprise that that hasn't done the job. There must be a nick in one of the wires or something, or worse. That's why I give you one of these. I think they knew it was going to fail at some point. Apparently this goes in and you wind it. I just want to get that boot open. I don't want to do that every day, but at least we can get in and see if there's any sort of nicked wires or something and go from there. Let's see how we get on. So So we've had to resort to something us blokes never want to do we? Instructions. It's all going on here now. So apparently, in the case of emergency, you put this in here, put it in there, and give it a right old yank. And that something went. That hasn't really worked, has it? Something popped, but I don't know what's going on here. So look, let's give it another bit more of a yank. That's right out. Okay, more investigations. What a rigmarole. It says you've got to have someone push, say you're on your own and you want to get in that boat in an emergency. What a weird thing this is. You've got to have someone pushing down on the boat while you pull that to release the catch. So check this out. So I'm on my own here today, but in here are sandbags that we use for holding the gazebos down. So that's going to be my second person. There's 4 sandbags in there. And now we're going to pull on this. Apparently, this is mad. Then release that. There's definitely a plug there. Okay. Then it says, lift them off. Lift them off. Then you lift that, which you don't. That's really frustrating. That anyway. We may have to come back to this one. Whew, okay, at least it's running. Just have a check out the interior. So we've got a little bit of bagginess there. That could easily be glued back, couldn't it? And these are the problem buttons. Mike has changed this panel and put a refurbished one in, but that didn't do it. And you don't need to take all the door card off, you can just pop that out. So maybe I'll have a little play with that. That'd be a starting point, wouldn't it? Maybe get some contact cleaner. These are big old bolsters on this, look. They have, obviously that's worn out getting in, but again they can be repaired. He's had the old felt tip out here and he look, trying to hide it. Big old section sill there, obviously it needs to be strong to carry this metal folding roof. But look, we're getting heavy smacks of Corsa, Vauxhall Corsa, aren't we, in here? Very much so. Was it on 67,000 miles? It's definitely got loads more miles in it. The 1.4 of these wasn't very good. Mike did test drive on it, it was gutless. So this is the 1.8. There you go. 1.8. And it needs it for the weight of it. I can't get that boot out of me, it's doing my head in now. Anyway, just thought I'd show you the interior. It needs a clean up. Look, it's got a bit damp in there and stuff, but you know, it's not leaking or anything now. It's just where it's been sitting around. So I'll just show you that. Oh yeah, there's this weird compartment. Look. If you've got the metal folding roof down, that's your luggage space there. You've got to put the seats forward and put your little day bags in there. Better than nothing, I suppose, but you could use this as a daily car, couldn't you? You could put your bags in there. If someone's just going to work every day, look, you've got plenty of space there. I don't know what to do with this, I really don't. I'll slip this in the video somewhere. So if you've owned one of these in the past, or you know someone that's had and you've got involved with repairing one of these, put it in the comments, guys. I'd be really grateful if there's a shortcut to making this work. Say I might get lucky, and I haven't got many subscribers, I've only got about 1,500 odd, but things can only go up. But if you know of someone that's had experience with these and repairing them, any tips would be grateful. Thank you, cheers. Well, unlike a lot of YouTube videos, this really is living up to the thumbnail. What an oddball car this is. Over-engineered, complicated to get into the boot. If you say you've got a load of shopping in there now, it's Women's Day today, right? There's no way a woman could lift that. I can't lift it. You need like the late Jeff Capes with you. You know, a proper strong man that's around now to lift that boot, because the rams are holding it down. You can't get in there. There's no way. I don't know how you get in there. If you had anything in there you really need to get at, because that don't lift. That boot does not lift for love nor money. So yeah, it's a tricky one this. I'll have to investigate the videos on YouTube again about the problems with the boots of these, because there's plenty of them out there. But I thought I'd just try the obvious, because during Mike's ownership over the past couple of years, that this had become temperamental. So as I said earlier, if that boot worked, that's more of a usable car, isn't it? Forget it, the folding roof. It's just a hard-top car that runs like that engine. You know, I say Mike serviced it. He was an ex-mechanic, very clever. He's a very clever guy, and you know, he never shirked on the maintenance that's gone through the last MOT. A slight buckle on that alloy wheel down there, but other than that, it went straight through the MOT. So there's a lot going for it. It's just this annoying thing, and I think if we can get round that, we will, you know, Might better use it, mightn't we? Hey, do we need another car? Anyway, you don't know about what's happened to all the cars here yet, do you? We're going to get onto that in another video. I think cleaning it, that'll make the roof work. If I give it a clean and a polish, yeah, we'll do that for the next video. We'll give it a clean and a polish, and I reckon that'll make the boot work. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It has been a long time. This is a bit of a sort of non-event, this one, really, isn't it? To come back with a video. I was hoping the roof would work with the new battery. It hasn't worked. Anyway, things can only get better. Cheers for watching, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Thank you. Remember, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Cheers. Thank you, mate. Bye.